This is just a quick update for anyone holding SUI. So the big update, the Ripple CIA Blackrock file, what I found, will blow your mind. And this is the crazy news. And I'm wondering why this is happening. Like, why is nobody talking about this? Is because probably it doesn't have that many views. It only has 100K impressions, so not views again. And it really makes you wonder what kind of theories for XRP are there out there. Why? But I already talked about this one, and this one is a bit more a deep dive as well. So that's what I do. I stream every day on my channel. And then we look at the XRP news, we look at what's going on, and we have a little community. But this time we're seeing Ripple and BlackRock making a massive collaboration. So a system is built that sends money in seconds, anchors sovereign identity, secures encrypted medical data, holds the keys to reset. And I am very certain that this could actually be nothing. So last time I talked how this is big, how Gary Gensler is working with all the big governments and it's going to pump XRP because they're going to be making the next big ID thing for crypto. Now that's a good question, right? Ripple applies for a banking license and simultaneously files for Federal Reserve master account. Again, where? On the XRP ledger. Who's backing Ondo? BlackRock. And they're saying Ondo, BlackRock, and XRP are all connected together. BlackRock already has an ETF called iShare Genomics and Healthcare Index, ticker XDNA. But again, BlackRock literally owns half the world. My question is this gonna pump XRP if they decide to work with basically BlackRock? This could be the next big move, right? It's not just the banks, it's the big institutions. But let's take a deep dive on this. BlackRock already has an ETF called iShare Genomics and Healthcare Index XDNA. On July 4th, the same day dormant Bitcoin wallets activated, President Trump signed one big beautiful bill launched on Ripple. So on the same day, like a lot of wallets unlocked, which is pretty crazy news. And here I'm seeing XDNA is the native token of DNA protocol, the first platform on the XRP ledger. Again, it's built on their own blockchain. It's built on their own device. But in 2022, NASDAQ confirms the White House are investing in CRISPR and gene editing. So this theory, because I already talked about this theory for a long time, it's very hard to track. This is, again, that's a theory for XRP ledger. It is saying that the US government is going to invest into crypto. Hello, welcome back. And it's going to go a second step further. And it's going to make all this technology to make basically XRP go to the moon. But again, this is a very far stretch. And I feel like he's using a lot of AI. The Ripple BlackRock file isn't something fair, it's something to this code. The XRP ledger is no longer an experiment. It's chosen real for the tokenized world. Now, here's where I feel like, this is a bit off. I don't think XRP is going to be working with the government other than banks. Well, banks, are basically a big thing anyway. This is a very far-fetched. But what I do think is XRP will work on tokenization. So this is saying like DNA is the future. Your ID will be on blockchain. This breaks a lot of privacy laws, and I don't think it will happen. So this is, a deep dive into Twitter. It's going to be a very exciting with the FOMC coming in. But the most important factor here is XRP right now, it deserves another pump, and it doesn't have to be working with the US government. It can just be, rate cuts can pump it. There's so much that can pump it back to all-time highs. And it's a really exciting factor. Like there's been a lot of positive news. US and China agreeing to extend the tariff pause. Again, another W for XRP. Then we have, we have it bullish news for Ethereum, but again, it's XRP that needs to grow, right? So if I pull up this video over here, the old banking system for XRP is already destroyed, or it's already, a bit slow. So they're losing thousands and thousands of dollars. And once we basically solve that,